Hello, it's BrickBros UK with our alternative build for the LEGO Star Wars Defensive Crait 75202, which we know is a build lots of you guys have been looking forward to seeing, so it's nice to finally have it finished because after a lot of building, we eventually turned the set into the alternative build we're calling the Resistance Freighter, which includes this awesome freighter spaceship, a GONK droid and a First Order gun position. So if you want to create this build just like us, you can follow our step-by-step build tutorial at the end to make it. Now as far as spare parts go, we ended up with quite a few Technic pieces left over that could be added to the build if you wanted to use them up, but it's up to you. Moving on, we're going to start with the Resistance Freighter, which is a Star Wars craft you might not have heard of, and that's because we've just made it up, but we feel our build could pass as a real Resistance ship you see in the movies with its decent rounded design and excellent light grey, orange and dark red colour scheme. It's also packed full of fun features we know lots of you guys will love, and its main role is to pick up troopers or drop off cargo at speed. And that's why some troopers have given it the nickname the Blockade Buster, as it's often seen blasting through First Order blockades, which is pretty cool. So if we begin by taking a closer look at the front, we built an aerodynamic curved cockpit that features sticker and grille details on the nose. Then at the sides, the curved construction continues with a rough bubble bodywork, as well as some exposed wiring sticker detail that adds to the cockpit's battle damage rundown resistance look. On top here, it seemed logical to use the ski speeder's window piece for the freighter's canopy, so we placed it in between armoured sides to make it an airtight cockpit. And above we mounted two mini blasters for a bit more firepower to help in battle. Now when you want to access the inside in play, you can simply pop off the canopy to reveal the single pilot seat that has a joystick control and computers that Poe can use when you clip him in ready to fly off on a resistance mission. Going down to the bottom of the body, we decided to attach four legs to help keep the craft steady when you land it or have it on display, and above these legs its large body has a mismatched armoured design on both sides, made up of grille, plates, tiles and angled parts to show it's a battle-hardened workhorse of the Resistance. But the best thing about this side of the freighter is the hinged door ramp that can fold down when minifigures need to access the inside, which is a cool feature to use in play, and we'll take a look at the inside later on. Following on from the door, the freighter's roof has an interesting angled design including two round escape hatches surrounded by a protective ring at the front. There's also grille details for texture and lots of dark red parts to break up the dominant light grey colour. Another cool area to see on the roof is the movable heavy cannon we've created, which is the freighter's main weapon for dealing with the First Order blockades, and this weapon has a dual barrel, targeting sights for its remote activation, as well as an armoured loading bay, which is where we put the spring-loaded missiles for the real firepower that are fun to unleash on the First Order when you dive bomb their position. Swivelling round to the back, on this side we installed a fin to keep it stable in flight, plus add to its design, and below the fin we created a small round thruster engine with a larger one lower down to provide the freighter with plenty of thruster power to smash through blockades. Then if we turn to the right side, we've left the best area until last, because on this side we built an MG7 proton torpedo launcher into the body which can spin thanks to the turntable, and it's been encased in lots of heavy armour to protect the highly explosive payload from blaster fire. Now the spring-loaded missiles are not easy to get to thanks to all the armour, so to solve this problem we placed a firing pin just above the launcher that can be pressed down to simply fire the proton torpedoes, which are a devastating weapon to unleash on the First Order from the air. Next up, it's time to go inside, so to access that freighter's interior you need to detach the roof like so. And on the inside it's quite roomy with plenty of space to put in troopers or supplies, but it's not just for storage because on the left we built a radar computer screen complete with an operator's seat where you can place in a trooper so the Resistance can scan for the First Order and pick up enemy chatter to keep the freighter safe. You can also see the back of the proton torpedo launcher from this side, and at the other end the engine bay has a temperature gauge, a trooper weapons rack plus a handy tool storage for the engineers. So it's a decent interior, and to add to play from spare parts we put together a simple brick-built supply crate that can be placed into the freighter with Admiral Emmett for cargo. But if you already have troops inside, you can still take the crate by attaching it to one of the clips underneath that are useful for heavier loads and airdrops, because the freighter, thanks to these clips, can now fly into a battle scene and quickly drop a crate from the air to keep the troops supplied. So that's the Resistance Freighter. That's an awesome main build, but for a few extra builds we thought it would be cool to create a little GONK droid with clip feet, a control panel face and grille detail at the back to either put inside the freighter so it can do repairs or go on a mission with Poe. Then finally, for the First Order, we didn't want to leave out the snowtroopers, so we gave these guys a gun position complete with a fixed gun, snowy mound for cover, and to beef up their firepower we equipped the other trooper with a stud-shooting rocket launcher, which is perfect to use in an ambush on the freighter to blast Poe and the Resistance. On a final note, our Resistance Freighter alternative build was quite an ambitious creation for us to take on, and it's taken quite a while to finish, but we feel it was all worth the effort because it completely changes up the set from an oversized speeder with a tower position into this awesome fully functioning freighter, which as you've just seen has an excellent unique design with lots of cool features to make it fun in play, like the ramp door, cannon, proton torpedo launcher, cockpit, and nice interior, including a radar computer that gives you something different to use with your troopers. So altogether, it's a super fun new ship to put into your Resistance army, and by adding an extra First Order gun position with a GONK droid, you now have everything you need to stage an epic battle scene. So if you've got this far and want to create this freighter just like us, you should watch on now to check out our step-by-step build tutorial. And if you're ready to go, let's start the build. And that's the finished build, so now you can enjoy our resistance freighter, or maybe you've taken inspiration from the build to make something more awesome. Hope you enjoyed a Brick Bros UK alternative build, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to Brick Bros UK.